Welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute. I know, right? A lot has been happening to your girl, like a whole lot. I hope that you can at least hear me. I've tried to record this video at every chance I got, but I just couldn't. YouTube is fast becoming um a chore for me, something that I started with so much passion, with so much, hopes, and with so much joy, has now turned out to be something very, very, very difficult for me because of the recent emergence of different trends in my life right now. And it is really breaking my heart to the point that I am having to do this video in the car, guys. Well, let me not sound sad. I just pretty much want to share updates of what has been happening with me recently. Where have you been? I appreciate a lot of you guys that entered my DM on Instagram and made inquiries. Said, where have you been? It's been a while I saw your video. Your girl got a new job and you're pretty much trying to impress or prove yourself, not impress anybody. You're trying to prove yourself at every opportunity that you have. And it's a whole new routine for me. And it is not making me have time for YouTube. And I hate to say that. But I've never been a less busy person right from time. But however, I used to squeeze out time for YouTube, but now it has turned to a struggle, shooting videos every other day the way I used to. So what I would just do is, come up with another strategy now that would really assist me in um making more videos. It's something that I've been looking forward to all this while. It's like a dream come true for me getting that particular role. Another thing that has been keeping me out of here is that I recently started my blog. I started writing blogs. I started writing on blogs. So I'm going to drop the link in the description box. Please read my blogs and just see what I've been up to recently. I just started blogging and it's fun actually. It's very funny because I used to be a very good writer. I mean, people that knew me in secondary school, they would remember that I used to write storybooks a lot. That higher education, that 80 leaves, I would write from the beginning to the end, just one story, like one story. I would write drama, I would write prose, I would even write poems and stuff like that. I used to be a very good writer, but all of a sudden I realized that writing was getting in the way of my academics. I was failing, I wasn't having time to read. My meant to be reading for exams, I would be writing because I really love writing, and I had to, speak to myself that okay, maybe it's just time to ditch this writing for a minute and focus on your studies, right? So now I think it is time to, pick up that talent again and then just nourish it, act on it. And that is why I've decided to go back to blogging. Just, writing humorous stories. I always love humorous stories about stuff. Writing, I just like writing. There was a time I wrote an article about the exchange rate, and I was so scared to publish the article. This was in my NYSC days, about 2015, 2016. I was so scared because I didn't want any politician to come and hound me like, hey, what are you writing? But of course, I was naive at the time. The article was so good. People that read it in my PPA at the time said, no, who wrote this article? And I know I'm such a good writer, so I decided to, go back to that. It was one of the goals that I set for 2024 was, to go back to writing. And yes, I have gone back to writing. Guys, I need your support. Please I'll put the link in the description box so that you can read my blogs, and you would also find more of my blogs on LinkedIn. I post them on my LinkedIn. I think I'll leave a link of that as well in the description box. Just read at your leisure, drop a comment, it doesn't hurt. Now to the main video of the day. The main video, the main reason I carried the camera today, is to talk about Canadian job market. I think that there are no more jobs in Canada. That's my own thinking. Yeah, I know this may sound like a lie because I literally just announced that I got a, a new job. Yeah, but I'm going to talk about what has been happening, my research, and what I have found out, what I have discovered about Canadian job market. All I just want to say briefly is that if you have a job right now, please hold it tight. Do everything it takes in your power to hold that job tight because the job market is very, very funny. I don't know if this is happening in other provinces, but Ontario especially, it's been a lot of back and forth. I was speaking to a friend the other day, my friend in British Columbia, and she was telling me about, you know, she was a project manager in Nigeria, and on getting to British Columbia, she realized that most of the jobs in BC are construction project managers. And now she's looking for, because she's not a construction um project manager, she is a regular, normal scrum project manager, and now she's looking for a job. She's been in British Columbia for about 8 months now, until till this moment that we speak, she's yet to get a job. And I know very well that this was not the Canada that I came to, that I met, because as at 2022, just before we got here, just before I landed in Canada with my family, I was seeing the trends of how people were getting jobs. Because of course, if you want to relocate, you're making research about the job capacity in that in that location. And I was seeing on LinkedIn, I had followed a lot of people. I was seeing people landing jobs back to back. But in recent times, it has now turned to a very, very, it's like an almost impossible thing to do. So I want to talk about how you can, stay ahead of the very, very competitive job market. Is it that the employers are, folding up? Is it that they are sunsetting? Or there's so many jobs on LinkedIn. Every other day you get jobs alert. Oh, this one is recruiting, that one is recruiting. By the time you send application to about 50 of them, you would probably get, unfortunately 49 times, and the only one would say, okay, let's do one round of interview. And it's been a lot. I've had discussions with a lot of people, even with my colleague. We were talking one day, and she was telling me strategies that she has used over the years. I've gathered so many, real life experiences, first hand experiences. And I'm like, okay, why not share this on my YouTube channel so that people can, because I know that it is not just in my backyard that this thing is going on. So the first strategy on how to leverage the Canadian job market, the tough Canadian job market, is you want to mass apply. Yes, I said it. A lot of controversies have happened where people will say, no, you have to apply strategically. You have to, yes. I'm going to talk about the strategic application, because you cannot not be strategic at this point. Yeah, strategic application works, but there is no such thing as scrapping mass application. It is not, don't scrap it, please still apply massively, like apply mass application, just mass apply. Like if on that LinkedIn, you would see a lot of jobs that are available. Yes, a research has shown that 70% or 80% of the jobs on this job ad platform, LinkedIn, Indeed, Glassdoor, they do not exist. They don't exist. The roles have been filled long time ago, but yet they keep reposting these job adverts. I don't know what they're trying to achieve. Maybe government regulations or something. I don't know what the employers are trying to achieve, but I feel like, so it is really limiting the options. But I feel like if you apply massively, like mass apply, you know, take one resume that you have, just one that has all the industry keywords, your industry that you're in, put all the generic keywords that an ATS would normally identify, put everything in that one resume, your generic resume, make it very, very detailed. Let your professional summary be very, very, very detailed, and put relevant keywords, relevant industry keywords, put them in your generic resume, and use that one resume to apply to thousands of places. Trust me, you cannot be unfortunate in all those places. You cannot get at least you get, at least you land one interview or two interview in these multiple applications that you have sent out. I don't know if you understand me, but mass application is not, you can't scrap it. A lot of people have scrapped it, and they've decided to, apply strategically, which is good. I'm going to talk about that next. But still mass apply, please. My next strategy will be to, apply strategically. So now, of all the places you've been applying to, I'm sure there will be some couple of organizations that you really, 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 really love. You would really love to work in there, and you just cannot afford to, just apply like that. Okay. So my own strategy is that I have, once I get the job description, like, job advert, and I get the job description on the advert, I tailor my resume to that advert, and then send that resume to apply on their website or wherever, on LinkedIn or wherever, for that job, that particular job that you really, really want. Apply for it there, and then you need to start learning the art of cold messaging employees in that organization. You don't know them, you've never met them, but just cold message them, reach out to them, ask them for referrals, let them refer you for that position. Let them put in a word for you. God help you, that person you want to reach out to, God help you, he has a mutual connection with you. Maybe both of you are following the same person. Please leverage on that person and say, oh, you are my mutual connection with so person. Would you mind to give me a referral for so job? I'm applying for so role in this company where you currently work as well. Trust me, when you reach out to about 4 or 5 people, at least one will respond. Yeah, so that is how you apply strategically. I also used to say that if you're applying to a company that you know that I want to work here, I really, really like it, maybe a Fortune 500 company, or maybe a very, very big organization that you just really would love to work, try and develop a plan that you would be applying with that place, that placeholder where you apply for, where you put your resume and then the cover letter. Also attach this document that I'm about to talk about in that placeholder, and it would also increase your chances. So for this particular one, you need to, draft a plan, a 30, 60, and 90-day plan that something, it's like a document that you would need to put together, maybe in a slide deck or something, telling the recruiter what you intend to do in the first 90 days of your resumption, and how you intend to make impact, how you intend to add value within 90 days of your resumption. And of course, in this document, let there be a plan of a weakness or a threat to the organization that you are going to come and solve immediately in your first 90 days of resumption. Trust me, this is a document that every job seeker should have for specific. Now, you know that this one, you can't do it to mass application. You can't. How many how many SWOT analysis do you want to do? You are going to, waste a lot of time. So, which is why I'm saying that this is for the strategic applications. You need to have a plan on what you intend to do, because now applying to jobs has gone beyond just sending your resume or marks, cover letter, and then you go to sleep. It doesn't work that way anymore. The job market has changed drastically just before our very eyes. We don't even know what is going on anymore. Now it takes God's grace to, land jobs in Ontario. Although I heard from a reliable source that it's going to get better by this time next year, it's going to get really better, and that this year they're recovering from something. I don't want to say things that I'm not sure, I've not made my research about, but I just heard that it's going to get better, and I really, really pray and hope it gets better, because people are going through it. But the 30, 60, 90 days plan is my third strategy that I advise every job seeker in Ontario to have. That would at least make the employer know that, oh, this person is a forward thinking person, a thought leader that has thought this, through, and has a plan for the company that they've not even started working at. I just put on my AC. I hope the noise would not impact this video. I hope not. Yeah. Now, the fourth strategy of how to, land a job in Ontario, it's a strategy, right? It may work, it may not work. These are things that have worked for people that I've gathered over time and I've thought to share on my video. This fourth strategy is networking. Yeah. I know this sounds cliche because you'd be like, yes, of course. Yeah, but some people don't know how to network properly. You go to events, and for example, myself, I suck at networking. I am not a conversation initiator. I don't know how to initiate conversations. I look like I can. Of course, if you come to meet me and then you start a conversation, oh, I will hijack it from you and I will take it to the next level. In fact, it will be the best conversation you've ever had. I know how to, continue conversations, but initiating it is my problem, because I'll be like, what if what if you're not even in the mood to talk at the time? And I hate, disturbing or bugging people. So, and that is just my, my kind of person. But for some people that their strength lies in, reaching out to people, meeting people, talking generally, and I feel like you should leverage on that skill that you have. It is a skill at this point, yes. It is a very, very important skill. Networking, go to events, yeah, go to job fairs. Job fairs are a thing. Yes, go to job fairs and talk to people. You never can tell. Just last week Saturday, I went for a networking event, and somebody that was seated beside me was saying that, oh, you cannot get jobs in places like this. Everybody has uncles, aunties, brothers that they really want to put in their job. And I really agree. I totally agree, and I totally understand. But again, there are people in that event that don't know anybody, are looking for the best of the best hands to employ in their organization. So you would not totally erase networking out of, the strategies that I'm sharing. Network with people, talk to people, especially people that are in your industry. Just know them. You never can tell where your next job will come from. So just do it for doing sake. Don't totally erase it. Now, my next point is LinkedIn. I've been in LinkedIn for almost 8-9 years, and just recently I started realizing the main importance of LinkedIn. The main reason for LinkedIn is strictly for you to put yourself out there. At that point, you're putting yourself out there, you're writing about stuff on LinkedIn, you're adding to people's conversation, you're making comments on people's posts, you're engaging. The moment you begin to engage people, they begin to notice you and they begin to see how you reason, how you think, how you add to conversation, and how you add value to meaningful conversations. And before you know it, employers will begin to reach out to you to request for your expertise on their jobs. I tell people the normal traditional job life is phasing out. Now you don't even have to have a 9 to 5. Sometimes all you need is to add value, like add your expertise to a particular project. That is a job, and then you bill them. You give them your bill, you give them your charges, and then you do the job, and you are done. Maybe 3 months or 6 months, you are done with the job. Move on to the next. But it is still a job. It is still, at the end of the day, it is still generating income for you, which is the total goal here, right? Yeah, put yourself out there, engage in meaningful conversation, follow your industry leaders, and then engage in their conversation, engage in their post, continue, like, consistently engage in their posts, engage in their conversations, and see how things will turn out. And that is how to sell yourself on LinkedIn. Again, they are strategies. They are things that a lot of people have told me worked for them, and I just feel like it might work for you as well. If you are new, coming to Canada, relocating to Canada, please and please manage your expectations, because the job market is very, 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 very tedious. Don't restrict yourself to just the career path you've known all your lives. You can actually transition to anything. You can become anything you want to be. All you have to do is know the job, job market. Just study the job market. Study the job market. I've seen one particular company, I don't even want to call them out because at this point I'm angry with them. They've been reposting this same job role for almost 8 months now. And I'm like, even if you are mass recruiting, go at this point, you should have finished, round up the recruitment at this point. But they still kept reposting that job. They will post it before you know it, they'll post it for like 2 months. They will say, okay, and you apply, they'll tell you, unfortunately, we've met with Kiniko. And then 2 months later, you see the same job again, reposted. It will last for another 2 months. And I'm like, what's going on really? Like, I'm so at this point, I just I don't even want to see their ad on my phone anymore, because it's becoming really frustrating and nerve-wracking, honestly. But at the end of the day, guys, there is job for everyone. All we have to do is just be patient. I'm praying, I am hoping that the job market gets a lot better. I'm really, really hoping that the job market gets a lot better, just like people have speculated. But now that it is the way it is, we just have to make do, come up with things that, other than the things we've been doing before. I mean, if you've been doing something for a very long time and it is not working, then pivoting is important, it's imperative at the time. You need to pivot. And that is what I have decided to, put together and talk about on my channel today. And I really, really pray that everything gets better, because, of course, even people that have jobs now, they are tired, they're exhausted, they're burnt out of the job, but they cannot just leave because they don't have another one to go to. Yeah, so everybody at one point or the other is searching for a better job, a better paying job, more challenges, more exposure, and stuff like that. So please hang in tight, hang in there. I know something good is coming for everybody. That was a lot. That'll be the end of my video today, guys. I hope that I was able to touch somebody today with my video. Even if I touch one person, even if I make one impact in one person's life, it's enough for me. Trust me. That was the main essence of my YouTube channel, to just touch at least one person per video. And I hope that I have blessed somebody today. And guys, I am hoping that it gets better from today. I'm hoping that from today I don't keep you guys waiting for a month anymore. I'm hoping that it gets better, and I'm hoping that very soon I drop another video. It's okay, guys. Let me not hold you guys any further. I appreciate your time for watching my video, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share with your friends. Share this particular video to all your friends that are looking for a job in Ontario or in Canada generally. And enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.